Hello, Taurus. It is Haley with Tarot from Beyond here to provide you with your September 1st through 7th tarot reading. I know it looks like I'm doing readings back to back, but the reason why I provided you guys with your general September readings around the time that I did is because I wanted it to be around the time of the full moon where you were able to set your intentions with the knowledge of how the law of attraction works, how polarization is what creates, and understanding that the relationship that we have with our higher selves is key in everything that we do. With that being said, I'm noticing a lot of things in every reading, okay? And right now we are in purge season. There are a lot of people who know what they need to purge out of their lives. So for those of you who already know what you need to purge, I understand that feelings come with that. I understand that it's not easy to do. And I understand that for some of you, by eliminating people in your life that either have the potential to manipulate, gaslight, be narcissistic in nature, have issues or whatever, they invoke negative energy or a negative response from you, and you're trying to move about your life positively. I understand it's not an easy process. And that is why I'm here to help you. So therefore, let's get going and see where a lot of you Taurus are. Before I get going, here's what I'm going to introduce. For those of you who want private readings and cannot afford the amounts that I am charging, I invite you to send me an email and let me know what you can afford toward which service that you are interested in. The answer may be yes, and the answer may be no, based on what it is that you are able to provide in exchange for your private reading, okay? So I'm willing to take a donation approach toward many of you getting your private readings, okay? Now I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to be able to dedicate an hour to you for $10, okay? I charge $50 for 40 minutes. However, everybody who's ever had a reading from me will likely tell you the truth, which is if you pay for 40 minutes, I'll stay on the phone with you for 2 hours until we resolve whatever it is that you want resolved and give you the clarity that you need. I give much more than what you think. And many of you need to take that step toward really getting your private readings, okay? Because what happens with us tarot readers is that we really spend a lot of time acquiring the knowledge to be able to assist you. And then what happens is you guys get the clarity that you need, but then we still have mouths to feed at home. So I want you guys to consider that, okay? And that is why I will take a donation approach toward you guys' spiritual guidance for those of you who really need it, okay? That's the first time I've made this announcement. So anyone who is cross-watching or, who may not necessarily be a Taurus still has the option to send me an email. Let me know what you can afford and let me know what it is which service of mine that I provide that you are interested in. Okay, I'm going to offer that opportunity to all of you. Now let's begin, Taurus. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Six of Wands, Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. Now, doesn't that look a lot more lovely than things had been looking for you, Taurus? Awesome. I see that many of you have grown in a very short time frame with regards to what you've learned recently. What you've learned recently. This means speed, communication, and travel. Okay? So you've been, obtaining that communication that you've been looking for to get the clarity that you need to offer you that internal feeling, of gratification. You've been able to get that feeling of knowing what you're capable of. It's been communicated to you that you are limitless, and many of you are allowing yourselves to believe the truth that you are limitless. That is why you see the Ten of Pentacles here. Do you see why it doesn't matter if somebody chooses to try to steal from you to some degree? Because when people choose to steal from you, it says everything about them and nothing about you. Yes, we have a tendency to steal from ourselves, because remember, when I did the general readings for September, I was saying that our external factors are a reflection of what we're internalizing, right? Sometimes we can steal from ourselves by lying to ourselves and saying that we are incapable. But what I'm seeing is a bunch of Taurus that are saying, you know what? I am capable and I'm getting ready to do this. This represents, having your own business. This is you working with people that are assisting you in building what it is that you want to build. Whether it be your own spiritual foundation that helps you throughout your day-to-day life, whatever it is that you're building, whether it be an actual business, whatever it is, it means that you now have gotten to the place, Taurus, where you know that you're capable of doing big things, and it's going to result in the Ten of Pentacles if you stick with it, okay? Now, again, through communication, I see that many of you have been bumped up, intellectually. A lot of you have intellectually grown in a short time frame because you've allowed yourself to. You've cooperated with the universe and you've cooperated with the growth process. A lot of you became less rigid toward growth and more flexible toward the opportunities that are really there for you. This card represents public exaltation. It means being acknowledged. It means being, acknowledged for the things that you have accomplished, acknowledged for your growth spurt. And this represents theft. But at the end of the day, the Ten of Pentacles is what many of you are looking forward to, and that is exactly what you're going to see, because you have actually allowed yourself to believe that you are the limitless being that you are. So now a lot of you are shooting for the stars, which is exactly what you ought to do. I'd like a clarifier on this theft. Okay. Some of you are allowing yourselves to be stolen from with that double-edged sword love thing that we had been discussing. Remember? I said love comes with the double-edged sword. When you actually get to the level of the King of Cups and you have that type of energy, that means that you have reached a level of knowing how to love people without judgment. That is what we're supposed to be able to do. But here's where the double-edged sword part comes in. Sometimes we stay in relationships that we shouldn't because we're telling ourselves, well, nobody's perfect. I know how to love people without judging them. And so I'm going to stay in this relationship. But guess what? All the while, this person's still stealing from you. So what happens is, even though you know how to love people without judgment, the boundary should still be set that people are not allowed to steal from you, that they must respect you and your things, period. Respect encompasses many different attributes and qualities. That's why I say when you make the rules for yourself as to what you should follow and to what other people in your life should follow. You should keep them pretty brief because each rule encompasses several factors to it, right? Respect comes with, don't lie to me. Respect comes with don't interrupt me while I'm speaking and let me get my sentence out, right? Like, let me have a conversation with you without you interrupting me. Or, respect comes in many different forms. Don't cheat on me. Okay, so respect encompasses a lot of different things. So all I'm saying is that for you, some of you Taurus, some of you are having a little bit of an issue with setting boundaries with people in your life, but you will get better at that, okay? Because now you know that that's something that needs to be worked on, and love is a catalyst sometimes for allowing people to do things in our lives that we know we're not comfortable with, that we know should not be going on, yet we allow it because we love the person. Well, you have to be careful with that because even though you love somebody, you have to be aware that that person still has the potential to beat you down a bit if you allow them. We don't want to let people steal from us and take things away from us that we've worked our butts off for. That's simply not fair. And the law of I'm telling you, naturally, whatever seed the person who stole from you planted, they just planted a seed of something that's going to come directly right back to them. So there's no need for revenge. There's no need for ill thinking. Really and truly, you should feel sorry for them because look at what they're doing to themselves. We know that the plants that the seeds that we plant are going to grow. And if you choose to plant, plant a bunch of weeds, then plant them. That's fine. But you won't be eating. You'll just have a big old crop of weeds. Now, if you guys want something that's fruitful, then you're going to have to be around people who are fruitful, right? And as long as you're thinking fruitful thoughts, you're going to attract people who are thinking the same way. Some of you are burdened, and it's causing some of you to want to shut down to some degree, okay? I feel as though it's either related to something that, I feel as though somebody knows that you are capable of doing something, because the Queen Wands represents action, it represents doing, doing. She's she's active. The Queen of Wands is a doer. She accomplishes what it is that she sets out to do. She's ambitious. She gets the job done, and she does it passionately, okay? This goes for males and females. So it looks to me like you may be dealing with somebody with that energy, or you may be the one having the energy that you know how to get the job done. However, you may have bitten off a little bit more than you can chew at this time. Maybe some of you are in a rut a little bit with regards to attaining what it is that you're trying to attain, right? And some of you are feeling overwhelmed and burdened with what it is that you're doing, okay? And right now, some of you just probably feel like, you know what, I'm a little in over my head, and so right now I'm just going to shut down. But be mindful that while you're shutting down, you're still able to fill that cup of love up for yourself and for those around you who need you, okay? And rely on you to fill those cups. Ace of Wands is a new beginning that comes with lots of passion and excitement, okay? The Queen of Pentacles is a nurturer. And the Knight of Wands comes in and out real quick. He just gets the job done. So Taurus, what I'm seeing is a whole lot of wand energy. A lot of you are actually getting up and trying to get things done. You're getting things done. And for some of you, you feel as though what you're doing is really difficult and it's a burden. But, the way that you choose to perceive the work that you're doing is up to you. And I know it's easy to say, but I want you to consider that guess what? Anything that will result in something that big, the Ten of Pentacles, it's gonna be heavy and it's gonna require a lot of work. So, that kind of comes along with it. It shouldn't be a burden, but it's gonna come with work. Anything worth achieving, anything worth having comes with work, and we know that. So accept it and try to learn how to enjoy what you're doing. That's why it's so important to enjoy what it is that you do, for a living. So a lot of you who now know that you have this Ace of Wands that's been given to you by Spirit. This is a new beginning, a new exciting beginning with regards to work. Maybe some of you are burdened at work and it's causing you to shut down. The Queen of Wands is also somebody that has a tendency to have a temper to some degree too, based on, when things get tough, she can execute her power. That would be the one to say, hey, here's what time it is, okay? But it looks like a lot of you have come up with a new idea as to how to proceed forward, in doing something that you can nurture, and then also actively work on so that it can produce what it is that you want to produce. Okay? Some of you are dealing with some type of enslaved behavior. That could mean that there's thoughts that you're thinking. That could be that there's something going on within you that has a little bit more control over you than you do. So I want you to be mindful of that because only you would know what that is, and just work on that, okay? Just make sure that you're in control of you and things are not in control of you, okay? And I feel as though as soon as you get in control of whatever this is, the new beginning, that will propel it all will just come right and fall into your lap, and you'll know it. You feel new beginnings like never before. And this new beginning is going to come with something that you've earned, something that is fair for you, something that you've earned, because justice represents fairness. And so a lot of you are going to get what is due to you, okay? Or you may be dealing with somebody that has enslaved behavior. And if you're dealing with somebody that has enslaved behavior, we all know how difficult it can be to sometimes deal with people who have enslaved behavior, because soon as they get a taste of whatever it is that enslaved behavior is, they get to act in some type of way, and then it makes it, it propels feelings in us that make us want to respond negatively. So if you feel as though you have somebody in your life that has some problems that are now impeding on what you're doing, then, some of you should be either emotionally distancing yourself from that individual so that their actions don't impact you so greatly, okay? And so that you can just move on with your new beginning and get what is due to you, okay? Yeah, a lot of you are getting on your horses saying, you know what, I'm getting ready to take action with regards to what it is that I'm going to do to make the money that I want to make. I'm getting on my horse. I'm thinking about what it is that my new beginning is. I'm really going to focus on it. I'm going to work on it, and I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to have a happy family. A lot of you, I just feel, have really set your intentions on really positive things. And I feel as though a lot of you are simply going to execute everything that you've set your desires toward. Everything comes with its challenges, okay? And everything comes with its rewards as well. Everything comes with trial and error. So just enjoy the journey, okay? So in closing you out, Taurus, some of you are still dealing with heartache in relationships, right? That make us angry, okay? And I completely understand that, because there are some people in life who just don't get the concept of assisting you towards your own betterment, because they don't know how to assist themselves in their own betterment. So they're ill-equipped to help you with your own betterment. And it can become heartbreaking when you come across somebody that you thought things would last with. You thought that the relationship would last until the end of time, but you see that the person is not equipped to take care of your heart the way that it needs to be. And those are also people that it's your choice if you want to be around people that break your heart. If you know that somebody's breaking your heart, has the potential to have no respect for your feelings and will break your heart, then you know what to do. You know what to do. I mean, either stay in a situation that will allow people to continue to make you, expend energy on things like this, or you could be expending your energy on, on working on this. Okay? It's not so much about the money, right, Taurus? It's about knowing what we're able to achieve. It's about knowing what we're able to do. It's about really starting to prove and show to ourselves, hey, look at how limitless I really am. Look at how capable I am. And then it's just going to just start to snowball, because you're going to say, wait a minute, I'm totally capable. And not only am I going to have this income, I'm going to have an income here and there and over there and over here. And I'm just going to work all this out, because I feel like I'm talking to several different people. I said this in another reading. When you watch your readings, I do believe it was Aries. You got to look at it like this. You got to look at it like you're at a buffet. Everything, you're not going to put everything at the buffet on your plate, right? You're only going to take in what applies to you and what you know applies to you, and what you don't want and what doesn't apply to you was meant for somebody else. So I'm talking to several people all at once, and I hope that it made sense for some of you and offered some clarity. But I want to let you guys know that it looks to me like a lot of you are working on what it is that you want, which is what we all want, financial success. Okay? So in closing you out completely, that is your message of work. A Page of Wands is a messenger of work. I just told you what to do in order for you. I'm your messenger of work. I just told you what it is that is advisable towards your own growth and towards you being able to achieve everything that you're perfectly capable of achieving. If you have people in your life that you know are perpetuating negativity within you and always, doing things that make you feel as though this or that or whatever, any negativity, just, I'm telling you, go purchase a tourmaline stone and purchase your protection stones, okay? This is a protection stone. This is a protection stone. And what these stones do is they actually open your eyes to what you need to be protected from. This is tourmaline, okay? This is that famous tourmaline. It repels negative energy, okay? This is a love quartz. Okay, love quartz stones show you who to love, what to love, how to love. They help you understand love. This is a volcanic stone, and this is what I speak over all of my subscribers. What do volcanoes do? They create islands. They create life where there was once nothing there. And I'm not saying that there was once nothing there for you guys. What I'm saying is it represents a new form of growth, okay? And it does require that, going through the fire process to end up becoming that beautiful, wonderful, island that is abundant with, everything that you want and everything that you need. That beautiful landscape in your mind of nothing but lush, you know, growth. Okay. So that is your reading for September 1st through 7th. I just sense that a lot of you are going to be working on the things that you need to be working on. The higher your vibration, the more you're going to start to notice the people in your life that no longer belong. You're going to start noticing the people who are not being fair to you. The more you're going to notice the people who make you angry. And then what happens is we're going to be focusing on that because, these things, when things are not fair and when people provoke you to be angry, you have a tendency to focus on that more so than this per se, right? And so you have to understand that negative energy works very hard to divert your attention away from what it is that you are supposed to be doing rather than, frolicking with them and wasting your time with them because they don't have anything else to do beside, try to hang out with you and get a reaction out of you for whatever reason. Okay? Don't entertain them. Don't give them any of your energy because where the energy goes, that's where it's going to flow. So where are you going to put your energy? Into this or into people who make you angry? I understand. Trust me. I'm an Aries sun and we are notorious for our tempers. I'm telling you. But I'm working on it and I'm actually making progress. I notice that when people make me angry, I don't stay angry as long as I used to stay angry. When I would get angry in the past, I would stay angry for a long time and I would hold on to it too. But you know what? Now I'm starting to say, you know what? I'm starting to realize that what you're doing, you're just gaslighting. You are trying to get a response out of me. And I don't know what it is about you that gets such a kick out of that. But whatever, that's you. I'm me and I'm going in a different direction. Okay? And the direction that I'm going in a direction. I'm focused on what I'm doing. This is a tiger's eye. And I wear one around my neck too. And a tiger, when he sees what it is that he wants, trust me, he's going to get it. And he's going to be meticulous. He's going to walk through those bushes very slowly and quietly. And he's going to get his prey and he's going to eat. And he's going to be satisfied with his achievement. Okay? For those of you who feel maybe overwhelmed and inundated with whatever, and sometimes you feel as though you go to certain things to offer you, temporary gratification because sometimes you're having a hard time coping. This is amethyst, and amethyst is a repellent against addiction and being, enslaved by behaviors and things that should have no control over us. We should have control over ourselves. Okay? So for those of you who are taking any medications of that sort or anything like that, make sure you take them as prescribed and don't overdo it to compensate for the fact that people are irritating the ever-loving heck out of you at times towards your goals because they don't understand how to be assistive rather than distracting. Okay? Taurus, you're going to be busy the first week of September, so stay focused. And as long as you stay focused, that's what this card means to me. To other tarot readers, it means something different. This card means stay focused because when you're driving a car, when you're trying to go anywhere, if you're looking to the left and you're looking to the right and you're looking all around and you're not looking forward, you can get into a crash, right? So stay focused on what it is that you're going to put your energy into. Okay? And pick one thing at a time, maybe a couple things at a time, because it looks like for some of you, there's a lot of things going on. A lot of you taste your new beginnings. You know that new things are getting ready to come about, and a lot of you are going to just try to grab it all at once. Take your time. That ain't going nowhere. But, try to get things done and take care of business. But don't get frustrated when things don't go according to plan, as things sometimes don't. All right? But I see that the end result is going to be well worth all the effort that you put into whatever it is that you are working on, Taurus. So continue to do that and don't let external factors control your internal feelings, okay? With that being said, I will talk to you soon. Hope you're well.